Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the official ARK podcast, here with number 378. My name is Coach MT, and I'm here live today with the core team. Your host for tonight, as always, the one and only Mr. Atlas. The floor is all yours, sir.
Thank you for the introduction, Coach Mistletoe, and folks, welcome back to another edition of the ARK Daily Podcast. This is Monday, November 13th. And you know what that means? Mondays are breathing days here where we come together as a community with Coach Roberto and we hit the reset button. Fortunately, we've already announced it. Today, Coach Roberto is traveling to Europe and he's going to be over there for the next 2 weeks. So we won't have him today and we won't have him next Monday. However, the show must go on. If anybody wishes to do breathing, you can go to any of the podcasts on Mondays and it's all recorded. You could do the breathing session, any of them, fast or slow one. I mean, there's a whole variety. I mean, this whole year has been just an amazing opportunity to come together, to learn some new skills, how to relax, how to breathe properly, and hit that reset button. To replace that today, we are going to be having Coach Mistletoe read a new article, some new information from CARF. It's the new regulation that looks like it's going to be coming into effect pretty soon by 2027, giving folks time to do the right things, make the right choices, but it's all moving in direction as we have been clearly seen. And that has a lot to do with the way that we build here, the reasons that we're doing what we're doing. So great article to share here with the community, to dissect, to talk about. We're going to do a Q&A. But right now, first and foremost, we have Mr. Brett Nordin with today's updates. Hope you're doing well, sir.
Doing great. Busy still in the DMs. Going back and forth. We got a lot going on. We got our demo coming up this week, so kind of prepping for that and want to see what we can include in that to show the whole user flow for the zero knowledge, the 2FA, and how people are going to log in, plus all of the front end work that was done on the storage solution. And now, getting close to the email, but we want to make sure the design is fully ready and everything is hooked up properly before we start demoing that. But we've had a great, had an early meeting this morning and lots of great progress. We're going back and forth about the our privacy policy. We have to obviously be able to glean some information about the user's device and, for the DVPN and things, the location and things like that. But we're just talking now about how we describe that in our privacy policy, because we don't log anything. We don't want to collect any data or store any data from our end users to remain completely private and anonymous. So we're just we're going back and forth and looking at all the different aspects of that and how we can just maintain that kind of integrity in our system. We'll obviously have, the end user always in mind as far as zero knowledge goes and ultimate privacy through the application. So just making sure that everything technically is pointing that direction. And, we're still a few months out from having our privacy policy public and our terms of service and everything. When they sign up for the app, we want to make sure we have that ahead of schedule to know what we can say, what we can't say when we're advertising this and starting to talk about it publicly. When we release the brand and talk about all the features of the app. So I want to make sure all of that is nailed down ahead of time. Everything's looking great, though. The team is working really hard and gelling. This week is getting into the password passkey manager, and that's going great so far. I think a lot of good information's come from some of the other apps that are out there. We've been benchmarking and talking about different features and including things and building our list of must-haves for the launch and also nice-to-haves for later versions. So that roadmap process is going really well. I'm also working with our designer to get some final touches to our presentation that we'll have to do the brand reveal, and also the details of all of the products, so everybody can kind of see what's going to happen when we do finally finish the product and launch it, what it's going to be all about and have in it. I think it's going to create a lot of excitement. On Alex's end, he's working hard on finishing up the D-app and the contracts. I think we've talked, he's probably 90% finished now, maybe a little more. We have given him some challenges for the yield boost. We are going to allow consolidation of NFTs as well as upgrading. So a couple changes there, nothing significant, but I think just some features that people have been asking about. You know, if I've got 10 NFTs, can I upgrade them to a higher level? Can consolidate them all together? And so we're just working out those, and then how that will work with the yield boost. So some minor details to work out, but I think he's getting closer and closer to having it all kind of figured out from our end. Also talking about adding a higher level NFT, but we'll see if that comes to fruition, possibly 100K NFT in the mix, just because we know once this our privacy app gets revealed and people catch word of it, there's a lot of large groups that are involved in privacy that are crypto groups, as well as just privacy and security groups that are out there that may attract some larger capital. So we're talking about that as well. So yeah, we're just continuing our path to kind of move away from all of the speculative gambling kind of protocols that are out there, and really provide the utility with a sound business plan, an amazing product, and something unique to the marketplace. And then just leverage the communities that we can tap into and go out there and market to and talk to and get some interest. So we're pretty close. What is the LSA at, Atlas? Do you know? Are we at 25K now? Around that?
Yes, we are exactly at 24,046 BUSD. Sheesh.
Oh, that's come down quite a bit in the last 24 hours even. So yeah, things are moving along. That's great to see. Yeah, so once this LSA has been depleted, I think most people know that are on the call today, but when the LSA is completed, we're going to give a few days to top up, and then we're going to redeploy the contract. So that's what Alex is pushing for, and we should have everything ready to go, I would guess, ahead of time. He felt like he could finish things up this week. We did throw a couple twists at him, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think our timing will be spot on, and it's also giving people to a chance to use their vault and continue their compound withdrawal strategy, take tokens out, put them in at the 10 cent level into the LSA. So I feel pretty good about that. And yeah, let's get prepped and ready, and then we're going to be going full throttle with the legacy NFTs, and a lot of focus on the privacy side. We think this is the spark that's going to create the explosion for us again, and not just the fundraising side, but also the revenue generation and the profits and everything flowing through that. Banking products are great, attracts eyeballs, and we're getting a lot of attention from that. But it's a volume business, and we really need the users to come in to be able to ramp that up in a really big way. Whereas with the privacy products, that can organically grow very quickly, and the profit margins are amazing. So that's what we're going to push for. That's about it, I think. Anything else you wanted to update on your end?
Actually, yes. We should have this week a final decision on the opportunity of the new banking program, the new provider that we're in negotiations with. So stay tuned, because if that deal goes through, I think we're going to have a slam dunk here of a product. It's going to be even much, much better than what we already have, that we're very happy with the function. There's really been no complaints. Everywhere folks go, they're using their card, they're living their best life. The system is flawless. I mean, we enjoy great sleep here. The few hours that we do get to rest, we're not woken up by customers with TXN issues and having their cards not work, or issues at all with the loading. Everything is working seamless to shipping. I'm very proud of the work that's been done here, and the way that everything is functioning perfectly. if we can improve the product, if we're able to get better rates, we're able to have more revenue, I believe that we're going to be better for it in the long term. So please do stay tuned. Negotiations also happening with a big group. We talked about it last week. That is continuing this week, as well as the strategy for the banking products is to tap into these big groups. We've given the community here an opportunity to go out, take advantage of the affiliate program. We honestly haven't seen a lot of traction happening. I think folks, unfortunately, in this space are very distracted. They're just chasing the dollars and the pumps and the X's. So, we have to manage the business, and we have to do on our end and our efforts what we can to produce and create these new investors. So working on that and continuing on the path. That's really it for me. Besides wanting to have Mistletoe go ahead and share the article that I think is going to help us a lot to see where the direction of everything is going, especially when it comes to your privacy and your crypto transactions, which is a big, big part of ArkNet and the security products. It's no secret. We've put this in our white paper, and there's more that we haven't shown you as of yet. One step at a time, one goal to be accomplished at a time. And I think we're moving exactly in perfect timing and delivering. Go ahead, Coach MT. I'm going to turn off our screen and let you share the news.
Thank you. You guys should be able to see my screen. We have an article here from David Atlee at Cointelegraph. Article headline is 47 countries pledged to authorize crypto asset reporting framework by 2027. We think that's far away, but it's just around the corner, really. The crypto asset reporting framework is a new international standard for the automatic exchange of information between tax authorities. Just under 50 national governments have issued a joint pledge to swiftly transpose the crypto asset reporting framework, CARF, a new international standard on automatic exchange of information between tax authorities, into their domestic law systems. The statement was published on November 10th. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, published the CRAF in 2022, developed from an April 2021 mandate from the G20. The CRAF framework requires reporting on the type of cryptocurrency and digital asset transaction, whether through an intermediary or service provider. The statement authors intend to activate exchange agreements for information exchanges to commerce by 2027, according to the text. The widespread, consistent, and timely implementation of the CRAF will further improve our ability to ensure tax compliance and clamp down on tax evasion, which reduces public revenues and increases the burden on those who pay their taxes. Heinous. The list of pledging countries include all 31 member states of the OECD and some traditional financial offshore havens, such as the United Kingdom's overseas territories of the Cayman Islands and Gibraltar. However, being Europe-centric, it misses crucial markets such as China and Hong Kong and the UAE, Russia and Turkey. There is also not a single African country and only 2 Latin American ones, Chile and Brazil. CRAF is not only tax information exchange protocol that is being implemented on the international level to capture crypto income. In October, the 8th iteration of the Directive of Administration Cooperative, DAC8, a cryptocurrency tax reporting rule, was formally adopted by the Council of the European Union. DAC8 aims to grant tax collectors of the jurisdiction to monitor and evaluate every cryptocurrency transaction carried out by individuals or entities within any EU member state. Wow. 3 thumbs down. It's coming. We knew it was happening, but 2027, we have a date now.
Well, it's the off ramps, really. The exchanges, as folks are cashing out their crypto, they want to make sure to put the toll booth right where it needs to be, and then have each of these exchanges share the information, right? They're all going to be connected to each other. So let's say someone's in Lithuania and they're using an exchange that's over in the UK, thinking that they're going to be able to bypass the European Union, as UK in 2020 left the European Union, that they're being slick, right? They're funneling their crypto through the UK entity using something like N26 or Revolut, that they're able to stay, quote unquote, under the ECB's radar. That's not going to be actually happening. Interesting too, I found in that article, is the UK territories like the Bahamas. You have also Turks and Caicos and a nice little group of islands over there that are crypto friendly. I mean, Bahamas is where Binance, as well as the FTX company, we're doing business, as well as a host of other crypto businesses. So the chokehold 2.0, as Brett Nordin has talked about quite a lot and a long time ago, is really playing out, and we're understanding that this is first of all and foremost going to drive more users to our products. You don't see Panama on that list. If we're going to be working with a African nation bank, they're off the list as well. So it's moving ahead of the curve and allowing folks to make their best decision. That's why we came here to do what we're doing, provide folks the opportunities. Of course, we always remind everyone that they are supposed to pay their taxes in their jurisdiction. At the same time, we understand that nobody likes oversight, and maybe you want to hodl, maybe you want to transfer your crypto to different wallets, and you don't want to be in a radar and having people chase you down and ask you, hey, show me these funds or that fund. It's not a good experience to have to deal with. So I think it's very interesting that this is coming together now. We've seen Kraken notify all of their users that they're unfortunately having to report all of their wallets, all their transactions retroactively since whenever they opened an account at Kraken, which also is a bank in the United States besides a crypto exchange. So we see this moving in that direction, and we are focusing on providing solutions for this type of situation through the ARK network, not just as security products, but we have a couple of things that we're working on that really could impact and provide an avenue for folks to be able to transact with their crypto. We're seeing the CDBCs also coming in about 2 years. The European Union is going to be coming out with theirs. Very interesting, though, that they're putting limits on the amount of CDBCs and euros that each person can have, which is kind of interesting. And I've done a little bit of a deep dive into the why that is happening. And it seems that if they were just to allow an endless supply of CDBC to the European citizens, then there wouldn't be liquidity, or the liquidity would be probably pulled out of the banking system, and then you're really creating an issue for loans, which is one of the things that the banks do for the economy and for the businesses and for the citizens that are purchasing real estate. So it's almost to the point of really showing the flaws with the CDBC system, unless the government's going to step in and they're going to become bankers and be able to measure and decide efficiently and in a proactive manner who deserves to get a credit or a loan or a mortgage. And they're able to do that as well as bankers have been doing it for centuries, then so be it. But it seems like they don't want to take that responsibility. So they're having this fine balancing act, which almost seems futile. If you're not going to go all the way, then why even bothering? So I mean, we do know it's a bit of a test and an experiment, but quite interesting how they're limiting the amount per citizen for the concerns and the reasons that they just might wreck the banks. Maybe that's the plan. Maybe that's what they want to do. Maybe they want to be direct to the consumer, but that has definite direct impact on the way that the economies are working. So we'll keep in touch, and we'll keep looking at how that all unfolds. It's about 2 years away for them to come out with their program, or just flush it down the toilet. Let's see how that goes. With that, I think we're going to move on over to the Q&A. We've been here for a good 35 minutes today. Great update from Brett. Thank you, Coach MT, for sharing that article, reading it here with us, opening up our minds. It's important that we're educated. It's important that we understand where things are heading. We don't want to be blind. We don't want to be caught like the deer in the headlights, right? On the contrary, we want to be ready to put ourselves in a position to seize the opportunity and to make sure that everything that we're doing, every step that we take, that we're moving in the right direction, that we're not making mistakes, and we're not doing things that later are going to become an issue or a problem. And with that knowledge, we're able to apply that to our development, to our production, to our products, and educate the end user on how to best serve themselves through the use of our platforms. Thank you very much, folks. We'll see you all tomorrow, 2 p.m. EST, 7 p.m. UTC. Have a good one.